Our next guest running for his third term in the U.S. Senate in a race that's been surprisingly close in the polls.
Yeah, according to a recent market poll, Senator Ron Johnson holds a 1-point lead over Democrat Mandela Barnes with 49 days to go until the midterms.
Joining us now for more is Wisconsin Senator and Committee Chair of the Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committees, Ron Johnson, back with us. Senator, great to have you on this morning.
Morning, guys. Hope you're doing well.
Doing well. We're also joined by Rick Grinnell with us. I'm wondering, Senator, why don't we hear more from your opponent? Right now, he's running neck and neck with a sitting U.S. Senator, and we never hear his name in national circles.
Well, first of all, he's in hiding. He's taken a page out of the Joe Biden playbook and not necessarily hiding in the basement, but he's certainly hiding from the Wisconsin people. And of course, the media is complicit and corrupt in this process as well. Just like they covered up for Joe Biden, they're covering up for the radical leftist I'm running against, Mandela Barnes, who said that America's founding was awful. He says it's sexy to reduce our prison population. He and Governor Evers have released 15% of the Wisconsin prison population, 884 individuals. Only 11% were nonviolent, which means 784 were violent criminals, including 44 convicted child rapists and 270 criminals who mostly committed or attempted murder. These are people that Mandela Barnes thinks it's sexy to release on the streets of Wisconsin. And who knows, they may have migrated out of Wisconsin to a city near you as well.
Senator Johnson, this is Rick. I can't imagine that the voters of Wisconsin are feeling like crime is not a top issue or the economy is not a top issue. I know your opponent is trying to distract on some of these other issues, but how important is it for you to concentrate on what currently seems like trouble when it comes to gas prices, inflation, and the threat that people are facing from a rising crime?
Well, it's very important, and it is what I'm concentrated on. It's certainly the pain that Wisconsinites are feeling, the 40-year high inflation, what were record gas prices, but still probably double in Wisconsin, the rising crime, record numbers of murders in Milwaukee, the fact that we don't have enough baby formula to feed our infants. I mean, all of these things, again, it's not like the Biden administration is just unlucky. They caused all of this. The open borders, which have allowed a flood of deadly drugs into Wisconsin, along with all other 49 states. So, no, these are policies that we do need to highlight, the disastrous results of them, but the news media is trying to cover it up. They're just distracting us on, talking about January 6th, or they're talking about everything other than the disaster that is Democrat governance.
Sir, how do you get the message out there? Because as you mentioned, the media, they're not really doing anything. Your opponent's hiding in the basement. And so a lot of people, maybe independents, don't know enough about your opponent and the radical ideas that he has. So how do you get your message out there about what he's wanting to do?
Well, I need help at ronjohnsonforsenate.com. And you guys, it's not a level playing field. It's not a fair fight. They've already spent $70 million lying about me, distorting anything I've said, assassinating my character. But that's the least of my problems. I've got the mainstream media hating my guts because I'm exposing their complicity, their corruption.
Right.
And so that's priceless to Democrats. So it's not a fair fight for conservatives against the radical leftists. So we've got to pay to get our message out. We need to pay to get the truth out about Mandela Barnes. But the fact of the matter is, he didn't really have a primary. So his Democrat opponents didn't really reveal the truth. We've begun to over the last 4 weeks. And you can see the shift in the polls. Once Wisconsinites begin to see what a radical leftist he is, how he supports defunding the police, abolishing ICE, that he thinks the founding of America was awful and implies that our national parks are racist, that he wants to stymie capitalism, that the wealth that America created was not created justly. These are the statements he's made. Of course, he's running away from them. He doesn't want to be truthful about what he truly believes. But he's a radical leftist hiding in sheep's clothing.
Senator Johnson, I know personally that you are incredibly courageous and that you ignore that criticism and you keep going towards the truth. I've seen it, you taking on the Biden administration, certainly on the Russia hoax, multiple issues. Now you're facing somebody who is literally trying to rewrite your career, trying to rewrite who you are. How important is it for the people of Wisconsin to concentrate on your message and to ignore the media? I mean, it seems like the onslaught to rewrite your history is overwhelming.
Well, I think it's crucial. But you're right. I mean, Democrats, they have no problem lying. To Democrats, to radical leftists, the end justifies the means, as it does with the mainstream media. So again, it's Ron Johnson for Senate.com. The only way we can combat this is with paid advertising, paid messaging. Obviously, we're on conservative news outlets like this, and to a certain extent, we're preaching to the choir. But I also need people in the choir being evangelists for the truth. Rick, I made 2 promises when I ran in 2010. I'll always tell you the truth. I'll never vote, and by extension, I won't conduct myself with my reelection mind. I've scrupulously honored those promises, those pledges, and if that truth can get out there, if more Wisconsinites can hear it, we've got a pretty good chance. But again, we're up against daunting odds.
Senator, I'm glad you brought that up because I feel like this is an issue plaguing Republican candidates, good Republican candidates in states across the country. You look at Dr. Oz in Pennsylvania, J.D. Vance in Ohio. You look at what's happening in Arizona. It's happening across the country. Republicans are being outspent and their records are being trashed. And to your point, the media is complicit in this. Just a quick question. Joe Biden was in Wisconsin not long ago campaigning on behalf of several candidates, including the lieutenant governor. Does that help these candidates to have an immensely unpopular president coming to your home state to campaign on their behalf?
I would say it doesn't, which is one of the reasons it didn't seem like Mandela Barnes showed up. Apparently, he's behind the stage, but he didn't show his face on stage. He didn't want to be connected with President Biden. Right. I'm not sure he's going to show up when Vice President Harris comes to the state either. She's probably still looking for root causes of the out of control inflation and gas prices and our open borders. But all she has to do is really walk in the Oval Office and look at the President of the United States, and she'll realize what the root cause of all these problems are plaguing our country and our state.
Yeah, 20 months of Joe Biden to the day today, 49 days to go until the midterm elections, Senator.
Perhaps the most courageous senator in all of the Senate right here with us this morning.
Appreciate you being with us, Senator Johnson. Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great day.
No crooked establishment.
None of that
Twisting the truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
Me decide.
Newsmax.
Real news
For real people.